One can never design their future without putting structures into place. Structures consisting of habits that you involve yourself in on a consistent basis. This is the only way you can build your future and shape it in a meaningful way. Success is the effect of habits, not once in a blue moon strike of motivation. Many of us wait for the perfect time for us to be motivated to change our lives for the better. Would it be starting to exercise, eating healthy, or taking care of our mental health? It doesn't matter how big or small the objective that we want to achieve is. It could be as big as I want to start a new business, or as small as I'll make sure I do my bed every morning. All of it pretty much comes down to habits, and this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, has all the answers you may have about them. It's extremely hard and tedious to push yourself every step of the way to consciously make decisions that are right for you every single day or every minute of the day. It's simply impossible, because you will fall back to your bad habits at some point. That's how humans work. I'm pretty sure you can relate to it as much as I can. So what's the secret? Secret to introducing new habits to your life comes down to 4 principles. 1. Make it obvious. This principle tells us to be specific about what we want, how and when we want that thing. A bad example would be to say, I want to practice playing guitar more. This is how most of us approach things, but far more useful would be if we told ourselves, I'll practice playing guitar on Wednesdays and Fridays from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. in my bedroom on my Les Paul. Make it as specific as you can so you don't have any excuse to somehow manipulate what you said you would do. It's also very important to attach new desired habits with the ones that you already have. Say, I'll do my guitar thingy right after I'm done with my dinner. While reading this book, I realized how one of my habits trigger another one, and the chain reaction is set. In the morning especially, I've been doing things in exact same order for perhaps 10 years, and the order never changes. And I was finding out how each one of those actions trigger another one. Trust me. Read this book, you'll be amazed. But back on track. So as you have set time and place for your new habit you want to incorporate into your life, you will need to think of principle number 2, which is making it attractive. Again, you can't forever push yourself doing things you don't enjoy, so making new habits attractive is a must and can't be bypassed. There are many ways of doing it, and it comes down to you to figure out what will work. For example, if the goal is to go for an hour walk every evening, you can link it with something you already enjoy. You could chat with friends while on the walk, or listen to your favorite music, podcast, or reading a book. I used to sleep till noon on my day offs for most of my life. Nobody likes waking up early when there's no absolute need for it. But I always felt like weekends would fly by so fast, I barely had any time to do anything. I had to convince myself that there was no choice. I had to wake up early even on my day offs. And while at first I had to make that conscious decision, after a couple of days I was excited of that idea. Because my brain associated early wake ups with more perceived free time, I had to do either productive or even unproductive things. And I can tell you it's been at least 2 years that I effortlessly wake up early without the need of an alarm clock. Even if the previous few days were super hard, I never wake up past 9:30. Sure, it's better to have a more immediate source of positivity. For example, watching your favorite Netflix show while you meal prep for the week. But every bit of positive signal to your brain helps a lot. Which brings us to principle number 3. Make it easy. Mostly this principle is about friction. We can divide friction into 2 categories. For example, our phones can be a distraction while we are trying to be productive. In this case, we need to increase friction. Put the phone in another room or use apps that block social media. Imagine coming home late after a long day of work and you don't really feel like cooking a healthy meal. Well, I just gave you an example of watching Netflix while you meal prep for the whole week. This is the type of friction between you and the desirable habit we want to eliminate. I always struggled with keeping my car clean. I rarely washed it. By the way, I only wash it in self-washing places where you wash your car yourself. Those places require cash, which was a hurdle because I rarely have any cash on me. And after every wash, I would forget to wash my car towels in the washing machine. Both of those things are friction points that I had to eliminate. I took out a decent amount of cash and I put it in my car. the amount that would be enough for at least 10 sessions. And I got 15 towels for my car and put them in the trunk. Were there any excuses left for not washing my car? Nope. So a new habit was formed. And all of this brings us to the last, fourth principle. Make it satisfying. We humans have evolved so that we tend to do things if we're awarded for them. It's in our nature to be this way. If we're not getting dopamine hit, we're not interested in doing it. So instead of going against the grain, why wouldn't we lean into it and make our new habit satisfying? One of the ways we can do it is putting a check mark on a calendar for every day we stay on track. Or if eating healthy and losing weight is what we are going for, weighing ourselves and logging the weight in logbook is the way to go. All that gives us feeling of achievement, a sense of pride, which is a dopamine hit that our psyche seeks all the time. If, however, you want to get rid of your bad habits, these principles apply just in opposite ways. There's so much more to habits than what I can put in a single video like this. So I would recommend you get this book and read it yourself. And remember, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement.